This past weekend in Toronto, anti-Israel thugs and Islamic extremists once again showed up to a Jewish neighborhood in northern Toronto, spewing horrific rhetoric and imagery, even more extreme than normal, without consequence, highlighting a growing concern here in Canada of a reluctance by authorities to intervene, even when conduct crosses legal lines. Here's what happened. On Sunday, March 15th, these radical extremists showed up to the Jewish neighborhood of Bathurst and Shepherd in Toronto, with large professionally made signs showing disgusting anti-Semitic filth. For example, one poster had a Jewish man with a large nose, a historical anti-Semitic visual trope of Jews, with the caption, "Daddy help us," with an American flag and bombs dropping from behind. Another sign read in Arabic that we will knock on the gates of heaven with skulls of Zionists. Another had an Orthodox Jewish man portrayed as a monster coming out of a cave with the caption, "Has Iran stopped?" And then another had a Jewish Star of David with rats coming out from the inside of it. These are only a fraction of the types of signs that were visible at this hate rally in Toronto. These anti-Israel thugs and Islamic extremists were not hiding their thoughts. They were displaying them for all Canadians to see, under the watchful eye of Toronto police who did absolutely nothing about it. As pointed out by columnist Warren Kinsella in a recent article for the Toronto Sun, the Criminal Code of Canada clearly states willful promotion of hate is a crime in Canada that is not protected as free speech by the Charter of Rights and Freedom. Hate propaganda can be any writing, sign, or visible representation. This clearly applies to what Canadians saw this weekend in Toronto. So why did police fail to act? While the federal government has discussed strengthening the criminal code to combat hate here in Canada, enforcement ultimately lies at other levels. Policing in Canada is not a federal responsibility, but rather a municipal one, meaning police in Toronto, for example, take their direction directly from Mayor Olivia Chow, and prosecuting any charges laid by Toronto police falls under the jurisdiction of the provincial government, meaning Premier Doug Ford. Anti-Israel thugs and Islamic extremists continue to push boundaries because there is currently no consequences to their actions. Ensuring public safety and upholding the law requires a willingness by our leaders to act when red lines are crossed. Mayor Olivia Chow must take responsibility and ensure that Jewish Torontonians are protected. That begins with clear direction to Toronto police to enforce the laws already in place. But enforcement cannot stop at arrests. Premier Doug Ford and the provincial government must then follow through, ensuring that those charged are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. If incidents like these continue to go unchecked, they will only embolden extremists to push even further and normalize intimidation and hostility towards Jewish communities. Canada must confront this reality now, before it's too late.